What's up, y'all? It's your boy Benji, and welcome back to benjilamar Reactions, where every day it's a new video and a new vibe. Today we got one from Flacco, coming straight from Tory Lanez and his team from jail. I guess, he working on his last appeal to Supreme Court in California, so now I guess he did a little interview on the news, which I don't think went too good for him, but we gonna get right into it.
He's dropped an interview about an hour ago from prison where he's explaining himself, breaking down why he's innocent, how the system did him wrong. As a Tory Lanez supporter, as somebody who's not completely sold that Tory Lanez pulled out a gun and
Right,
began
I
firing
ain't
at
either.
Megan Thee Stallion and shooting her, I'm here to tell you, man, there's too little too late. This interview is not going to move the needle, not one bit. It's probably going to hurt him more than it help him. There's nothing Tory Lanez can really do at this point, bro. I think
Right,
Tory Lanez is probably going to spend.
that's no bullshit because they already dug the hole for him. Like, there's no coming back from it. Once it got into the main, like the media and shit like that, and then Megan Thee Stallion team did what they had to do, it was just, you was cooked, my boy.
The next 6 to 7 years in prison before being deported to Canada. I don't know why he did this interview. I don't know the reason why. I don't know the purpose of it. It's not going to change anything. It's people who believe Tory Lanez believe Tory Lanez. People who don't believe Tory Lanez don't believe Tory Lanez.
I've never been violent towards a woman. I would never hit a woman, let alone shoot a woman.
Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, spoke to NBC News from California Men's Colony, a prison where he's 3 years into a 10-year sentence after being found guilty on 3 felony counts, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
There is definitely a very big misconception about me that seems to the public as I'm this monster. And I feel like I was catapulted into this poster child for the unprotection of Black women, and it's just so unlike me. And I've never really had a chance to express that. But you can look at my criminal record; I don't have one.
Bruh, I'm sorry, man.
Right, they
you
don't
should have
make,
saved this for the.
that's real shit. They ain't making shit no better than, like, I'd have had my lawyer put out some type of statement versus me going on here and just saying whatever that's not, no violent evidence or proof that I didn't do this crime. I just said fucking waited for my appeal to Supreme Court.
Trial, bruh. The only time during this entire process where you speaking up and speaking out could have made a difference was when you had the option to take that stand and look
talk
the
to the
jury
jury.
in their eyes
Nope,
and
no
explain to them
bullshit.
why you're innocent. You chose not to do it. You chose not to explain yourself. You chose not to fight for yourself. Now, I don't know if it was counsel that advised you. If I'm innocent, bruh, a soul cannot advise me not to take that stand and speak out for, right?
No
And speak up for
bullshit.
myself. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say something.
Now, I don't believe that Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion. I just don't, right? I can't see it. But it's silly that you're now speaking now, right? Like, for what purpose? Like, what is this hoping to achieve? You think we haven't heard these arguments enough? Yo, these people are doing, bro, they're not doing no 30 for 30 to prove your innocence, bro. These people is doing a news blip, okay? It's a
Right.
5-minute interview with you
That people gonna forget
and then
about.
by tomorrow it'll be forgotten, bro.
See?
One, if you were to do an interview, I would advise doing a full sit down, probably with, like, I don't know, Drink Champs, Academics, Joe Budden.
Somebody reputable that's going, yeah, like somebody that's going to repost, whatever you saying, and then give it some type of relevancy, like something. Don't give it to the news. The news not going to do shit but post it real quick and then make a mockery of it. Like, okay, now we got this guy on camera trying to state, they just making their views go up, basically. They don't give a fuck how it's making you look. Like, so that was just pointless.
Little blimp interview with the news is not going to do nothing. It's not going to go nowhere. It's actually going to hurt you. If I was you, I would have waited because he has one more left. He has one more appeal left, and that's with the Supreme Court. I would have waited for all of that to be exhausted first and then come out and speak.
Yeah.
I never had one, and I feel like, that connotation that I would do anything of this monstrous proportion is just, it's completely incorrect and it's wrong.
Lanez declined to testify during his 2022 trial. Do you regret not taking the stand?
I think if I would have taken the stand, the verdict would have definitely been very different.
The rapper's legal team filed an appeal, which was denied in November. But his team is continuing to fight, with plans to file multiple appeals next week.
But if you feel like that now, you should have been did that
Supreme
shit.
Court. In one, claiming newly discovered evidence that they weren't provided during Lanez's 2022 trial.
This is where I get really confused and frustrated because Tory Lanez already filed an appeal. During that appeal, we got to see exactly what Tory Lanez was disputing, and they didn't provide any new evidence. They were just arguing like specifics, minuscule things. They really weren't arguing, hey, we got new evidence that proves he's innocent. We got the smoking gun.
Right, so I wouldn't be saying
That
shit
during the first appeal. So if you did,
I wouldn't be saying nothing. And then, like, even with that, man, I wouldn't even be having this team. Y'all can't even prove I didn't do this shit, and I know I didn't do it. Like, and now I'm still doing a dime behind this shit. Like, what?
provide this new evidence during the first appeal, why would this appeal be different? And why didn't you provide new evidence during the first appeal? Like, take a look at exactly what Tory Lanez was disputing during the first appeal.
All right, so Tory Lanez this week was denied the appeal that he put in. So he was basically trying to have his conviction overturned. He has been completing a sentence of 10 years in prison following the 2020 shooting of Meg Thee Stallion, for which he was convicted for in 2022. Now, he appealed this for many different reasons. Some to mention, he claimed that his right to testify was unfairly stopped for several reasons, including he had said that his attorneys at the time told him that like song lyrics and other damaging evidence could be used against him. And
man, fuck all that. I'm paying y'all to do a job. I'm not, like, understand y'all trying to give me the best advice to help me go down this legal road. But if I know I didn't do nothing, I'm not gonna let y'all stop me from not speaking my truth. Like, what? Y'all my lawyers, y'all clean it up later. If I'm saying something out of emotion, like that's gonna, might hinder me, but I'm speaking my truth, bro. That's your job to clean up whatever else.
Cross-examination and worried about that. He also said that the court messed up he alleged that the court messed up in his trial because they allowed prosecutors to play that recording of the interview that Meg Thee Stallion's former best friend Kelsey Harris did when she sat down with police and she told them that Tory shot Meg, but then remember she came into court and said she didn't recall any of that. Now the judges, so this was a 3-judge panel that made this decision. The judges basically said they don't agree with any of his arguments and that they're going to uphold this conviction. They mentioned also too, remember when he was, claiming that his former attorney Sean Hawley had done a bunch of wrong things, including allegedly not allowing him to testify. The judges say that they read an email from Sean Hawley that said that she basically had told Tory Lanez and the other attorneys on the team that she wasn't comfortable with them trying to pin the shooting on Harris, who was Meg Thee Stallion's former best friend, because of some of the evidence and things that she had saw. So she backed off the case, and a judge said that they feel like she did nothing wrong by backing off of the case and deciding that strategy wasn't right. They also say that there was nothing wrong with the court at the time allowing the jury to hear Kelsey's interview with the police, because at that time when she was subpoenaed and she came in, she was given immunity, which is why she kept claiming she didn't remember anything that happened. So the recording was admissible in court and they were allowed to play it at that point because there were some inconsistent statements that needed to be cleared up. So yeah, he'll have to complete his sentence.
Those weren't bombshells.
That's crazy.
Those were just little discrepancies, and he was trying to get off on a technicality. Technicality ain't getting a 10-year sentence overturned, bruh. Right?
At all.
And yeah, and those judges, and they decided, hey, bruh, some of these things, yeah, there was some errors in court, but for the most part, these errors were very minuscule and they didn't really affect anything, so appeal denied. Now he claims there's a full-on bombshell new evidence that they have for the Supreme Court. I really hope so. Right, for Tory Lanez's sake, I really hope so, bro.
Including hundreds of pages
if
of
not,
medical records
this
for
shit
Megan
just
Thee
gonna be
Stallion,
ongoing for
whose
nothing.
real name is Megan Pete, which they allege raised questions about the fragments removed from her foot after surgery. His team argues.
So wait, I still want to know about that shit too. They try to say it wasn't bullet fragments that was moved from her foot. It was like glass or something. So did they ever come out like with the fragment?
The fragments were not provided ahead of trial and that this was a violation of due process.
We didn't have that chance. Or perhaps we could have questioned the doctors differently when they were on stand to impeach them, because it does look suspicious.
But in the appeal denied in November, the court did address the fragments, ruling that the surgeon's testimony was, quote, more than sufficient to prove great bodily injury on Pete. Proving something like this on appeal is tough.
This is a really, really difficult appellate argument for defendants to prove because they have to show if the evidence actually came into court, the jury would have found differently. It's an uphill battle, and it's something that often torpedoes any defense appellate argument.
The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office and representatives for Megan Thee Stallion have not responded to NBC News' request for comment.
I believe not only that I was wrongfully convicted, but the amount of new evidence that has emerged since that trial, I think, has been overwhelming.
But that's what I've been trying to figure out, man. What is the new evidence that have emerged?
Right.
What is it, and why was it not provided during your appeal process? The appellate process was the time for you to provide all the new evidence and why you were wrongly convicted.
But maybe his lawyers just dug something up. But even when you doing this little press conference on the news, all that should have been right there on the table. Especially if you had your lawyer involved as well. Like, they should have put all the facts on the table right then and there. So now at least it give you some type of maybe, you know, motion inside the press to show like, all right, I got this new shit now. The press might go harder on defending your case, or, you know, even showing this new evidence, but you ain't do the right shit. So it's not gonna go nowhere.
That was not done. It simply was not done. So if the new evidence that you guys have, I guess it's not convincing enough to where you want to provide it to the appellate court, then what are we supposed to do with it? Right. Now, we've seen the website, right? Like, we've seen the videos and certain, but those videos weren't really new videos. Those videos already existed. Again, I'm not speaking from a hater perspective. I'm not speaking from a Megan Thee Stallion fan perspective. I'm speaking from somebody who supports Tory Lanez. But we keep hearing about this.
I just want to know the outcome. I want to know the truth.
The appellate process happened. It was rejected because no new evidence was provided. Where's the new evidence, and what are you guys planning on doing with it? Because it's not going through the legal process.
What has life been like in prison for the last couple of years?
Truthfully, I've done my best to keep my head above water. But mentally, I've gone through trauma that I sometimes even struggle with because I never imagined myself dealing with things that I would have to deal with. I've been stabbed 17 times.
Damn.
I almost lost my life.
If you could say something to Megan Thee Stallion today, what would it be?
Like, damn, that shit wild. Like, can you imagine you go from being this big star to now you in jail because somebody's saying that you shot him, and now you getting stabbed 17 times and almost lose your life? Like, damn, like, what if it was to come out that he didn't do this shit? Like, is it gonna be some type of reparations for him? Is like Megan gonna get booked? Like, I don't know. I just want to know. That's just my thoughts. I'm not saying that she did anything or she lied or however it went. I'm just want to know from the outside looking in.
I think that I wouldn't say something directly to her. I would like that moment to happen in person. We've both gone through a lot. There's this connotation that, like,
and she just reaped the benefits.
I share this hatred for her, but I don't. I genuinely passed that. I'm at a place of healing in my life. I'm at a place of taking accountability for the things that I did wrong. And when I talk about my case, I don't want it to be taken as me coming at her, because it's not that. I'm just asking for somebody in the system to look at my case and look at the evidence and ask if this was fair.
Saying that was a mistake. There are people who are literally out here on social media who hate Megan Thee Stallion. They have a level of vitriol and animosity towards her because they believe she lied on you and got you 10 years unfairly.
Right.
Now, as somebody who's serving the 10 years unfairly, as somebody who's saying that she lied on me and got me 10 years in prison, you don't hate her? You don't have animosity towards her? You don't have
But I feel like he gotta say that shit, especially with the press, because he don't want to make it look like he vengeful or like he this type of person that, you know, would take them type of actions towards a woman. So he not gonna turn up on the news. Like, I'm not gonna turn the fuck up. He's staying calm is the right thing, saying I'm not, you know, he playing his role. Can't expose your hand.
All for her. That reflects poorly on people who are sitting back and haven't made up their minds yet. People are out here rotting for you and they not doing 10 years and they hate Megan Thee Stallion and you don't hate her, now maybe you have to say that publicly, so I can't read too much into it. But if you don't have any type of hatred for her, bro, I'm looking at you a little sideways here. Now, one of the funniest and most laughable things about this entire interview was when Tory Lanez and his team says they are gearing up to ask Gavin Newsom they're officially filing to ask Gavin Newsom for a pardon. Gavin, Mr. Hiss Newsom, who's been using Megan Thee Stallion songs in multiple TikToks as of lately to get back at Nicki Minaj, that Gavin Newsom is gonna file a pardon for Tory Lanez.
He might,
you
though.
might well not even waste your time even filling out that paperwork, bro.
He already messing.
There's a 0% chance that Gavin Newsom is issuing a pardon, bro. He's a Megan Thee Stallion superfan.
And with that, Chloe Malas joins us now on set. So, Chloe, Tory Lanez is also seeking a pardon from Governor Gavin Newsom?
That's right. His legal team has filed the necessary paperwork, and it is before the governor now. So they're seeking either a pardon where his criminal record will be wiped clean, he would be released from prison, or to have his sentence commuted, meaning that the time he has served is sufficient, and release him, but that doesn't change his criminal record.
Right.
As for when this could happen, the governor typically does these twice a year, so this could happen before the new year.
Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do you guys...
I don't know. Yeah, let me know what y'all think. Like, y'all think he reaching? Like I said, I still fuck with Tory because, like I said, I don't know what happened for real. For real, I wasn't in that car. I'm not in a relationship, and I'm not here to dispute no lies from facts, whatever. I just want to know, just like everybody else want to know, what was the truth. But y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think of this video. Y'all think do Tory got a chance to, get this appeal or this pardon from this governor? Or y'all think he's just gonna stay in jail and Megan just gonna, rock out with her story. Me personally, I want the truth to come out. But, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching. If y'all like what I do on my page, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all like my content. I do have a donation link right in my bio. So if anything do help to support the channel to make it grow. But I'll see y'all next time. It's your boy Benji.